Start streaming. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Where's my chat? Or how do I look at chat? Wait. Let me go and check that we're actually everything's all good. Go live. It looks like we're live and let's listen to the audio and we're gonna be wait, let me go and check that we're actually live. Yes. Wait, and let's play music. Let's play music also. Go live. It looks like and then let's turn the music down. Wait. I know I hear echoes. It repeats. Live chats. Yes. Wait. And let's play music. Also. And then let's turn the music down. Wait. Okay, the music's too quiet. I hear echoes. It repeats. Wait, does the music... Is the music going? Hold on, sorry. Wait. Okay, the music's too quiet. Wait, does the music... Is the music going? Sorry. Okay, well, the music is not playing now. I don't know why I was waiting here. Play the music. Okay, there is the music, and then let's raise it up really loud. I just want to be able to make sure that I can hear it. If it's a little quiet, that's fine. And then let's stop playing it. Okay, well, the music is not playing now. I don't know why I was waiting here. Play the music. Okay, there is the music, and then let's raise it up really loud. Yeah. Okay, music's fine. Music's going. Okay, music is good. Music is all good. Yeah, that's the lowest it can be, right? Okay, sick. I'll set that to live, and also, we're going to. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put on the music. Actually, not gonna lie, I don't really like the music, but okay, we got it. Okay, so there is a new jam going on called the... What is this? Okay, called the Boss Rush Jam, and I was thinking, hey, it might be cool to join that. So I was starting to work on it. I made a new project. This is completely new. I don't have anything set up yet. So the first thing that I wanted to do was set up get. So I'm just going to do that really quick. I'm just going to do get init. Yep, sick. Okay, and then that's the only thing I do over here. And I probably should copy over get ignore from a different different file. Let me go here. Let's go do copy. Let's go back into the Boss Rush jam, and then we're going to paste this get ignore, and then we're going to add existing repository, and then we're going to pull it open, go to the Boss Rush jam, add repository. Okay, 51. Okay, initial commits. Yep. Okay, so that should be everything. We should be set with that, and then I just have to publish it. This is this music, brother. Holy shit. This music kind of sucks. This is the Boss Rush Jam 2025 game jam project. Okay. Okay, and that's it. We have our repository up, and now let me adjust some settings real quick. Just because I do, I always forget where it is. It's either in preferences or it's in project settings. It's one of those two. And I can't read too well, so that's right there. I was right the first time. Okay, we got writer, regenerate. I don't know if I have to do that. I just do it anyways. Okay, so for this project, I have been having this idea for a really long time, for I would say close to a year now, that I've just always wanted to try, and I never did it. I never did it because it just seemed like it would be a lot of work. But game jams are all about just like doing stuff and just trying it out. So I'm going to get started. But the idea is basically a boss rush where you're rushing through a bunch of bosses. But for this game jam, I want to scope it down. The idea originally was supposed to be that it was going to be multiplayer, and I still want to do that if I actually make it into a whole game. But for now, you know, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to make it multiplayer. Maybe, probably. If we get like halfway through the jam and go like, oh, actually, this is pretty easy, we can go ahead and turn this into a multiplayer game, then we might do that. But probably not. Okay. So let me just add a terrain, zero this out. I wish that it did that automatically, by the way, just because, you know, when you zero it, that's where it is. So this is the center of your world. But, you know, it'd be better if it was at, yeah, whatever. It's just better if it's just at negative 500. And then we're going to add in our capsule. Let's reset that. Yeah, let's actually put it inside of a parent. This is going to be the player. And then let's raise this up 1, just so we can have the player at 0, 0. And then we have the capsule be resting on top. That's how I would do that. And then I have no idea how I'm going to get any of this to work. Set this up. We don't need the capsule collider on this, I'm pretty sure, because we have the character controller on there. And also, if we do want to add a capsule collider later, we would just add it onto the player, not to the actual capsule, because we want those to be separated. I don't know why I'm explaining it. I'm just it feels like a long time since I've set up a new project, and you know, every time I start working on a new project, this beginning phase is always the part where I go like, damn, do I know anything about game development? Because I feel like I forget. You do this once in the beginning of your project, and then you just like don't do it ever again throughout the entire project process. So it always feels like, man, how do I do stuff? But you know, that's fine. What terrain is this? It's terrain 1. Let's get rid of this one. Delete. Basic terrain. Okay, and now we have, yep, okay. So we want to get this to move. So we're gonna add in a, do we have Cinemachine installed? Probably not, because this is a new project. So it's gonna be in the Unity registry, unless we do have Cinemachine. Nope. Okay. Unity registry. Character controller. What? Customizable controller for entities. Really interesting. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's get Cinemachine installed. See if there's anything else in here that we want. We probably don't want to do any ECS or dot stuff, so we don't need entities. Maybe we do. That would be interesting. Kind of, maybe. JetBrains Writer. JetBrains Writer Editor package provides an integration for using I think JetBrains has been yelling at us to update that, so we will just update that. Localization, nope, we don't want that. For Game Jam, we do want that for a full game, but I think I actually have third-party assets to handle that. Multiplayer, Muse, I don't use Muse. Pro Builder, we do want post-processing. I don't know, I've never really used Muse in a project, like in a full project, so I don't know how that process is of using Pro Builder, but I do know it's like really unoptimized, so maybe we don't want to use it. Taking forever. You know, it's moments like this where you realize, like, damn, Unity is kind of slow. Like, this is a brand new project. Shit. Sequences, efficiently create movies, game characters. You know what? Is that part of the timeline? No, this is different. What's the difference between timelines and sequences? Unity UI, recorder. Efficiently create movies, game cinematics, or any other linear content. Organize your project's editor structure and your creative content. Assemble the elements for easy authoring and collaboration in a non-destructive way. Huh, okay. Not for now. Not right now. Unity Physics. Nope, that's for ECS, right? Yeah. ECS, Unity UI, WebGL Publisher. No, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, I just wanted to get Cinemachine in here, and I think we do have it now. So we just have to get in Cinemachine, and let's get a Cinemachine camera. And then we can set it to what? To third party, to a third. Oh God, how do you do this? Fuck. Targeted cameras. Third person aim camera. That seems right. That seems good. Position controller. Yep. Cinemachine camera. Transform tracking target. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I kind of wanted it to look like. Let's raise it up a little bit. Or we could probably just immediately add in a camera target just to make this easier for editing, so we don't have to make a bunch of adjustments if we want to adjust like up and down. I think around the head, I think that's good. Chat rates. What's the idea for the Jam 3D game? Yeah, it's a 3D game. So the Boss Rush Jam idea for it. Okay, I don't want to talk about the whole idea, because I've been thinking about this idea for a long time, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna actually make it into a game. But I would like a game where you have another player, so it's a multiplayer game. And you just go and just fight a bunch of bosses. But the theme for the Jam is called Spin. It is Spin. That's the theme for the Jam. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that. I don't have any ideas quite yet. I am just like trying to get everything sorted, like get everything started in the beginning, and we'll see if we're actually able to make anything out of it. Yeah, of course, 3D. Hey, Zeth, by the way, hello. What's going on, brother? Okay, let me get out of here. Crates. Okay. And man, I don't know how to do any of this. What the fuck? Okay. Trust and open. Yes. Hey, let's add in my package too, right? I have that. I built that. I can add that into whatever project now. I just drag it in. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know if I'm actually gonna... Hello, nothing much. Working on a pause menu. Very boring. Brother. True. I feel like, what am I gonna say? I feel like UI stuff is so tedious, especially for code. I don't know how other people do it, but every time I work on UI for code stuff, it's always super tedious. It takes a really long time. Okay, let's go add in. Sorry. Okay. Player input manager. I don't know what to call this. Input manager. I wish I could lower the volume even more. Okay, input. I was just talking about how usually it feels like every time I start a new project, I don't know what I'm doing, and it feels kind of scary. It feels like I don't know how to make games whenever I start a new project, because I always feel like, damn, what do I do? How do I do anything? I make something cool, decent in Photoshop, then we start trying to get it looking anything like that, and then definitely tired of it. True. Usually in Figma, well, I mean, how do you do it in Photoshop? Can't you just like I mean, what do you mean by that? I don't really like, you're trying to is it just like, do you have like a lot of effects that you add in Photoshop that you can't, or it's like more difficult to involve process to add it into, what is it called? Godot. God, I don't like this music, but using inputs. Inputs system, I think. And I think we have to generate a new. Let's make a new one of these. Yeah. Listen to that. Oh, you can't. Oh, fuck. I was trying to game the system. Fuck. I increased the volume in the browser and I lowered the volume on my computer. Oh, fuck. I can't do that. Oh, wait. Yes, I can. Oh, I can. Oh, hold on. I'm a genius. That's it, I'm a genius. Okay, this shit's gonna be loud for you. It's gonna be quiet for me because I don't want to listen to. This is okay. I don't know what it is. I just draw what I think could look like. Not even effects. Just place things easily in Photoshop. Then in Engine, making sure all scales and is centered. Control nodes in Godot. Oh, nodes, right. Yeah. Every time I see somebody else working on the node system, it always looks just confusing. I feel like Unity has the easiest, most intuitive system out of everything. They also have the UI toolkit. I haven't worked with it, but it's supposed to be more like HTML and CSS. Can we rename this? I just want to make a new one. I'll be honest. I don't want to deal with this. Create input actions, layer actions, generate. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Apply. Okay, let's get player. Okay, we're doing something. We're getting stuff. Okay, here we go. Move. Okay, now how do we move? Oh shit. Oh fuck, there's another drop down. What the fuck? Okay. Look. Oh shit. I just added another one. Okay, hold on. Positive, negative, add binding. Can we change this to value? Yes. Vector 2. Path. Gamepad. Left stick. Sick. Can we do delete? Up, down, left, right, composite. True. Okay. Then let's add in WASD. Down, listen, down, left, listen, left, right. Brother, I was trying to learn Godot. I made one project in it. But I feel like Godot's input system, holy shit, that shit is so bad. Or maybe I just don't understand it. But I was like trying to get controller support working in it, and I could not understand why it wasn't working. But what was I gonna say? I just couldn't get it working. It was a 3D game, so I was like, it was specifically with a camera. Sorry, look, listen. Oh, I can't do that one. Mouse delta usage delta. Nope. Is there no delta? Uh-oh. Mouse. Uh-oh. Optional controls? No, that's not right. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm stuck. Usage. Listen. Oh, fuck. Pointer? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Mouse. Oh, what do I do? What do you use? Mouse. Joystick? No, it's not joystick. Mouse. It has to be mouse. Modifier. What the fuck? Optional controls? That's not it. Virtual mouse? No, that's not. Oh my god. No way. No way, I'm already stuck. Oh, really? I do control support now. Yeah, I don't know. It had something to do with like the 3D camera, and like it was, man, it was a while ago when I was working on that project. I just remember that it was just really difficult to get like all this. I think it had to do with like states. You know, if I was like looking left or right or whatever, it just it would feel not great. Did it have to do with smoothing? No, I forgot what it had to do with exactly. Pointer? Press. What the fuck? Binding. Mouse. What the fuck? Oh my god. How do I have a delta? Oh, value. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, was that the reason why? Oh, yes, that was the reason why. Holy shit. Oh my god. Left stick move. Yeah, okay. Fuck me, bro. I was so confused. I was, where the fuck is the delta? Gamepad. Right stick, right? Is that right? You move with your left stick, you look with your... Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. And then let's go to the third person camera. Is there a... Add components? No, it has to be extension. Input. Camera... I remember for Comet's game, he had a harder time because the analog stick wasn't letting him fly as far. That feels spooky. I think it has to do with... Oh, was it with Dead Space? I think it was with Dead Space. It might have been. I forgot exactly what it was for. Yeah. Impulse listener, sorry. I feel like there should be a way to like actually like be able to adjust that in the settings, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just like defaulted back to just like trying to do it in code. But I don't know, jumping from like the scripting panel to the documentation panel, it felt like such a hindrance. And then whenever I move the panel away from, like if I separated the panel, it felt sluggish. Free look modifier, volume perfect, third person aim. How come I can't find it? Aim collision filter. Output. Cinemachine. Input. There we go. Has been deprecated. Use input access controller instead. Okay. Remove components. Input access controller. Interesting. Scan recursively. What the fuck is it scanning for? If set a recursive search for input access owner, behavior will be performed. Time scale driven accesses. Will be ignored because no applicable target components are present. Oh my god, the fucking camera. Is third person follow not a valid fuck. Player actions. Okay, what did I call this thing? Player actions. Let's just see if I can get this shit working. Save. True. Ah, what the fuck happened? Oh fuck. Oh, what did I do? It says player actions member cannot be the same as their enclosing type. What the fuck? Okay. Let's do this. Let's change it to player input actions. Okay, let's delete that. Delete. Sorry, cursing. Bad. Foul language. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. Input manager. Okay, let's get in a private. Let me make this bigger so it's better for stream, huh? Hey, content. Hey. Okay, player input actions. Input. Private. Word awake. Input is equal to new. input enabled, and then we want to subscribe, right? Private void start. No, we don't want to do that in start, right? Dot public player connections. Player. Input action. That's what I'm looking for. Move. Okay, so we got move. We just have to assign move now. So move is equal to input dot player dot move. Ah, sick. Okay, I do remember. Okay, and then after, oh fuck, what do we do now? Okay, I think we have to go into start, right? Yeah, I think so. Private void update. Okay, so now we're going to grab the singleton. I need to make a singleton. Private. Oh, that was another thing about working with Godot. Like the whole singleton thing was just so it wasn't confusing, it was just so like cumbersome to work with and to make signals. Holy shit. That thing was so it was just cumbersome. I felt like there was too much working with the UI. I felt like I wish with Godot that it would let me just code more. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? You know what I mean? Private. Instance is not equal to null. Destroy game object, return. I don't want. Yeah, let's just keep that. Instance is equal to this. Okay, sick. Okay, then let's get the private void start. Input manager. Input manager. Okay, that's good. Manager is equal to. I don't like that name. Let's just change it to input. Like that better. Okay, and then we're going to on update. We're going to add some moving logic. I get you. Signal setup is wacky, and sometimes I think this is good practice, only to find out for me to maintain rather than just do it wrong. Yeah. Well, I feel like, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if it just let you do it in code, I'm sure there's a way. I know you can work with C# with Godot, but I just wanted to learn GDScript, you know? And I feel like I don't really understand GDScript or Python well enough to be able to do it. Maybe I could figure it out, but the experience of Godot wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I tried learning it before and it was difficult before, but then this time around it seemed a lot easier, so I'm not too sure. I don't know. Vector 2. Movements is equal to input dot move dot get read value vector 2 transform dot position. Oh, is that it? Damn, it just did that for me. Okay. How do I turn on word wrap? Can I do that? Word settings. Word wrap. Hello. Nope. I just hello word wrap. Hello. Is it up here? God, why is this so difficult? Whatever. Whatever. Let's see if this works. Do I have it on here? Transform. What player movement? Movement. Perfect. Okay. Input manager. I do have it on there. Okay, it should work. Hey, okay. Hey, look at that. Wow, it moves. Wow. It's a little slow. I guess that makes sense. I didn't really add in the speed value. And I forgot that I also have the character controller on here, so I should probably be using that instead of just using a private character controller. Controller equals get components. Okay, and then hopefully we could just do controller.move. Hey, okay, that was nice. Okay, and then let's add in the speed. Oh my gosh, I'm a game developer. Holy shit. Speed, I guess. Times. Okay, let's change it to 5. Okay. And then we'll figure out how to do this. Oh fuck! Oh no! What? Oh no! Okay. Zeth, I don't know if you're still there. Okay, what did I do wrong? It's this input value. Vector 2. Move value. Howdy. You want to jump into chat? You want... Fuck. Hold on. Oh, what is this? I was looking at Playroom. Like the old days? Like the old day, yeah. If you want. I'm in there. It feels weird to have you in my chat typing, because we could be talking. So I just thought, you know. Move. Vector 3. We could do that, sure. Oh, why? Okay. Okay. The fuck? What the fuck? What the? Oh my god! What the fuck? Why? What the fuck? Input X, input Y. Yeah, yeah. Vector 3 motion. Is there an override? Let me move my desk. Okay, 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 okay. I'm in here. Is there an override? Okay. Oh, whoa. Using JetBrains C compiler, you agree to certain terms and conditions. Holy shit, this is scary. And quoted below, if you do not agree with these terms or conditions. Okay, shit. Fuck. That was scary. Move value, move X. Y. It should just be working. I am. What the fuck? Why isn't it working? I feel like this was dummy easy. Hello, X. Yeah. Speed. Yeah. Oh. Oh my gosh. I did that by accident. So I didn't even realize. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got this working. Hey, look at that. Nice. Now we have just that. Now, we don't want third person follow then, I'm guessing. So let's get rid of this. Cinemachine, targeted cameras. I don't know. I'm just gonna tracking target to this. And then third person follow. Okay. Rotational control. Rotate with follow target. Fuck. Is that what I want? Axis R. Orbital follow. Okay, so maybe we'll try orbital follow if it has it. See with target. Okay, maybe it doesn't have it. Let's look up how to set up a third person Cinemachine. Get the music kick on. Getting started. Holy shit. This is old. No. Cinema Machine. Documentation. Like recently. What the fuck? 3.1. Yeah. Okay, getting started. Set up a basic camera. Okay, navigation, properties. "3D follow, frame a character." Yup. Follow. Okay, do we have a follow? Third person follow. Rotational composer. Includes Cinema Machine Brain, of course. But then we're just rotating the character, but I want the camera to be different. What is this music? Oh my god. One hint. Oh my god. Free look? To make a third-person camera, using a free look camera. Okay, so let's do a free look camera instead. Okay. Cinema Machine, targeted camera, free look. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. Okay, sick. This is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, and then tracking target. Okay, yeah, camera target. Let me drag it in. Oh, okay. Hey, okay. World space. Lock target to world up. Yeah. Okay. Hey, okay. Okay, and then let's see if this just works, just like that. Let's see. Holy shit. It just works. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. I'm a genius. I looked at the documentation. Holy shit. I'm such a genius. Holy shit. Okay, now we gotta get that thing where we can where we get the forward, we get the forward transform, and we equal that to the camera transform forward also, right? Okay, so is there something in the controller that we could do? Controller dot sensor, get components. Oh. Radius, grounded, bounds, name transform, shared material, toString. Oh man. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that we can get the camera's position, the camera's transform, and we just equal our player's forward transform as the camera transform. But I don't know how to do that. so that's the thing that I'm trying to. Okay, let's just break it down one piece at a time. We're gonna get the camera. We're gonna get the transform. Let's do cam transform. Transform. And then we're going to get... Is the music too loud? I don't know. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. People will tell me. Cam transform is equal to cam. Okay, transform. Yep. What? That's annoying. Do I have to do that? That's annoying. Okay, so we have the camera transform. We have that now. We have the forward position. So we basically want to equal our forward position and our forward position, right? Okay. So okay, I'm trying to think about this. We want our camera's forward position. And we want to move our... Fuck, why is this so hard? We want to move... If X is going forward... Does he even have to do anything with the... We just have to rotate. I feel like all we have to do is rotate, but I don't know how to get the Euler angles, you know? Does that make sense? Hold on. Let me... Okay, let's... Right now, our rotation on Y is not going to let us change it. So this is our Y rotation. So we just want our Y rotation to be... No, but we're moving based off of the forward. Hello. Hold on, let me turn off the music. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think the music is too loud. Okay, and you're too quiet. Talk. Quiet. I can. No. It's quiet. No, it's quiet on my end. I think you're good. Okay. What's up, brother? What's going on?
Nothing much. Some crazy stuff, but you know.
Oh.
The same.
Oh, what happened? If you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. I was hanging out with that girl for a while. I stopped hanging out with her. I was trying to get to Christmas, and I couldn't make it, so I broke up with her Friday before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. Like, it is what it is. I should have done it earlier. It's like totally fine. And then out of nowhere, I broke my own laptop.
You broke it? How? What?
Yeah, I just I woke up in the morning, and I guess I was sleepwalking, and I just poured water. I didn't even see the container of water or anything, a cup or anything, but I just poured water all over my desk, and I was like, yeah, it's just water all over everything. And my laptop was totally destroyed.
Okay. I feel okay.
luckily I had a good friend, Henry. You taught me how to use GitHub, so actually all my Fire Frontier stuff was all backed up.
Oh shit!
Like,
Yo, is that a joke?
no, it's not a joke, and I even have Photoshop files in that. Is it the repository or whatever?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh yeah, I don't have everything, but I have enough where it's like I don't even need to like. Because I was like, oh, I could try to salvage the hard drive, bring it somewhere, and it's like, actually, I can just keep working. Like, this is pretty much fine.
Hey, brother. Hey, come on.
That's so lucky. I mean, I guess it's just finally I listened for a year. Not even.
That's good.
Saved me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was really good. And then I went to Christmas, and I was like telling my family, I was like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, I guess I sleepwalk. It's just news to me. And my dad said there he's got his little like Kindle thing that he can access the internet with. He's like, what are you gonna do? I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy a laptop, another one. I just gotta like sell some stocks, you know, like make money. I was like, I gotta move some money around. He's like, oh, what are you trying to get? I was like, I don't know. I'm thinking like $1,000. That's kind of what my old one was. He takes out his little Kindle and he's like, he finds one that's like this touch screen, like nothing I want, right? It's just like a very like consumer one. I was like, no, I don't really want anything like that. He's like, well, come on, you gotta show me. I mean, what are we doing? You never show what you want. I was like, all right, something like this. So I take his Kindle, and of course it's on Costco.com, and I'm like, and I scroll over to like. It was a better deal. It was like 1,300 marked down to 1,000, and it was like a Core i9 processor and a 4060 graphics card.
Holy shit.
And yeah, and I was like, damn, like my old one had like a 1660.
Yeah.
Baby, and like all those awful processor. But anyway, so I show him like, yeah, something like this. What I'm gonna get. He's like, all right, and he takes the little Kindle and goes to the other room. He's like, all right, it'll be here on whatever. And he bought it for me. I was like, God damn it!
What?
That's the nicest thing.
Yo, that's so nice. Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me pay you back. He's like, oh, maybe. And then it came in, and I got it. He's like, we never get you anything. All I ever get you is clothes. So take it, whatever, fine. I was like, all right. So now I'm like.
Oh, Keith just came in, by the way, or in chat.
Oh, no, YouTube.
Yeah. You know, was that the whole story?
Pretty much, yeah. And it's so funny too. You order stuff online, and it's like it'll be here in 2 weeks, and like the next day it was like, yeah, it's here. I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
I have a laptop now.
Hey Keith. He's married now, by the way. Congrats.
I know. I messaged him about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, me and my wife are doing something. I was like, this guy.
You know the way you started out that story. I don't know the way you set it up. I thought you were gonna say like somebody broke in and like poured water all.
I thought because I got the key back from Catherine, so I was like, did she copy it? Like, who did this? How could this possibly happen? And then I was looking up at the ceiling. I was like, is it water damage? Is it in my living room? I was like, nothing. And then I started putting pieces together. I was like, when I was dating Catherine, there'd be times I'd wake up in the morning and be like, someone went under the cupboard and like found a spray bottle and unscrewed it and like put the two parts aside, like just weird stuff. And I was like, I was convinced it was her. And now I look back, I was like, maybe I just sleepwalk sometimes. Like, holy shit.
Are you a sleepwalker?
Yes, I think I am now. Now
Holy
back, I have
shit.
no memory, and it's not like it's like weird stuff. Like I just do weird stuff in my sleep. So I'm terrible. I feel like I got robbed. I feel like, oh, I could do this again to myself. So now I'm like very scared. I put everything away. Try to lock it up like it's a gun. Like, all right, don't touch this laptop.
Me and my wife loves you guys. You should hop in, Keith. I don't know what you're up to, but you know.
At least like on his honeymoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like waiting because I forgot the exact date that the wedding was, but I was like I'm sure like Keith is gonna be busy throughout the whole holiday season, so I was just waiting until after, and then he messaged me first, and I was like, fuck. Now it feels like he thinks I forgot that he got married. You know? Yeah, that could be. It could be. It would be interesting if you were able to. I don't know how. It would be interesting to find out. That you did. Did you set anything up? Like putting the cameras up or anything?
Wait, me or did you say something?
No, you.
Like my setup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything is like good. I just been hanging out on my couch, and I had the laptop on like little coffee stand there. Although I will say my back starts to hurt after a while because there's no like lumbar. You're just kind of leaning forward all the time. So this is good, but I don't have OBS on here, which I have to download now while I'm in here.
Wait, on your laptop or your desktop?
Yeah, I'm on the laptop now. I don't have OBS. What else do I not have? I just downloaded Audacity, but I set up like it's so basic, but a little treble bass, a little EQ and a little compressor. Like I have to go get all that stuff again if I want to do videos. So lucky too. It broke December 24th. It was Christmas Eve morning that I woke up and it was broken.
Mhm.
And the video I submitted was December 22nd. So if this happened a couple days earlier, I would have been fucked because that video, like, all that stuff is gone.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would have been bad. Oh, uh-huh.
Sponsors like, oh, this is too scary to think about.
Yeah.
Like, that.
The sponsorship that I was I don't know if I told you about it. Did I tell you about it?
I don't think so.
I got a sponsorship
Hell yeah.
and then I asked for an amount of money that I talked to Keith about it. I talked to Maxi. And they said no, that's too much money. And they said yes.
Hell yeah.
And then
CPM or flat rate?
flat.
Yeah, flat rate's better.
Yeah. I think especially for me, I think flat would be a ton better just because you know, I don't know how the video is going to perform. But it wasn't that much money. But for my size, I thought it was $300.
That's great.
Yeah. And it was flat, so I don't even have to worry about, you know, the
That was
performance.
me at the end. I was like, this is flat rates. This video, I don't think this video's gonna do well. 'Cause I could feel it out. Like I didn't have a good narrative for the stand-up one.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, I have to get this done. I have so many things going on. My life's falling apart. I was like,
Yeah.
the video's up. I gotta move on.
Yeah. I submitted a script because they wanted a script because it was a different.
Oh, that I've never done.
Yeah. It's different from what you do because it was like the whole video was sponsored, so it was like the whole thing was.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought I came up with a pretty good idea for it too, and it wasn't like too whatever. It wasn't like
Was it Flexispot or can I say?
no.
I feel like that's the one, like they always mention me like, what's a creative way you could do this? It's like a game about chairs. I was like, I don't think I care enough for this.
No. It was like a 3D platform. Oh, okay. You were like, I want 1,000. Oh. No. Yeah. I told Keith. I told Keith. I said like I'm asking for 10,000 as a joke, but I guess it didn't come off that. I was joking about the 10,000. Yeah, I asked for 300. And what was I saying? Oh, I submitted a script and I was like, they said, oh, we'll pay you with the script. And the very first call I had with them, the very first like meeting, I was like, hey, so, you know, we were talking about everything. Is like, okay, is there anything like else that I need? Like, how does the money thing work? Do you guys like put it in escrow or do I have to sign anything? And there's like, nope, just send us your PayPal or whatever, and then we'll send it through. I was like, okay, you sure? Like, there's nothing? It's like, yep.
That's what I do with PayPal.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you there's no like escrow or anything that you guys use either? I guess.
There's been one company so far, Marker Watch.
Mhm.
And all I've done is Brilliant and Skillshare. They're both the same company. That's both Marker Watch.
Uh-huh.
They were just PayPal.
Oh. Yeah. So, do you send like an invoice or anything? Like, I even asked, like, do I have to send an invoice?
Invoice you, I think.
Do they? But they're paying you, right?
They pay me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I would invoice if I was doing freelance work or something. Yeah. There's no invoice.
Yeah.
I think I got like an email with confirmation. Oh, that's totally backwards. Yeah.
So the guy said, no, we're all set. So he gave me a deadline. And the deadline was on a weekend. But I was figured like, okay, I guess if he says this deadline is good, like that's fine. So I wrote out the script. I did everything. I wrote out the script. And then I sent it to him. Bro, this motherfucker ghosted me for like a week.
Oh.
And I was like, brother, he was like, hey, sorry for not responding soon enough. There was like a company trip or something, he said. And I was like, okay, I guess that's fine. And he said, oh, I read over the script. It looks good. There was just one thing, if you could add, that'd be sick. But if not, I mean, it's all good. I was like, okay, sick. By the way, you know, I was planning on working on this other video and I was planning on fitting this in before that video, but it's too late now because you waited a week. And I was like, can I have more time? He was like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay. And then like a week passed and I was like, this motherfucker still hasn't paid me. Like I sent my PayPal. So I messaged, I was like, yo, you still haven't paid me. And he was like,
Getting paid before the video is up.
Oh, it was 50-50. So I get paid 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when the script came in and we talked about it, and then you get paid the other 50 once the video's published. So I was like, yo, you guys haven't paid me yet. And then he was like, oh yeah, sorry. Should be good. Wait. I sent that message. He didn't respond to me for another week. So I was like in limbo for 2 whole weeks going like, brother, I was supposed to get paid like 2 weeks ago. He was like, oh, I was talking to the accounting team and they actually told me that I actually have to send you a contract. Can't pay you without a contract. And then he sent the contract. And then he added in the contract, he added this thing that we did not talk about, like even at all. And I was like, what is this? Like, you know, you guys haven't paid, huh?
About like the content, like a restriction or like
it was like a requirement that I had to meet in order to get paid. And it was just basically a threshold that I had to meet with the views on the video.
Yep.
Which I think super reasonable, you know? I think that's fine to have that in there. Also, we did not talk about it. So it was just, yeah.
I've never had that.
Yeah, that's crazy that he just added that in. And then he was like, can you sign it? I was like, no, what the fuck is this? Like, we didn't talk about this. And then, so I increased the amount that I was asking for because of that. And then I said, like, I also pay me all of it, everything right now. He was like, I can't do that. And then that was it. That was the end of that project. He was like, oh, can't do that. We do 50-50. I thought we made that clear. I was like, you did. But then you, then you did not pay me. So kind of makes me worried you're not going to pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my
I
first.
feel like I want to take a step away from the sponsor stuff for a while, just because it's like, I don't know.
Is it stressful?
It just gets in the way sometimes.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
How is a skill working with Skillshare?
They are very similar to MarkerWatch, where they aren't. I mean,
Sorry. How is it working with MarkerWatch?
Yeah, so I'll get an email from both people on occasion. One time you'll get an email from the one that handles MarkerWatch, and then one time you get one that's, I think, someone that's more running the. They're probably both MarkerWatch, but this one was running the specific one for Skillshare. And they seem like really similar. It's very hands off, and you can tell they don't want to give too many corrections. So like they always want the video a couple days early, so they can like just make sure everything's right. And whenever there's like more than one correction, they kind of let you slide. They'll be like, "Oh, can you do this instead of that?" And then going forward, can you just do this? And you're like, or something like that. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, they usually won't push for more than one correction, so that way the video comes out on time. If anything, I'm the one that's always a little bit late, because like at first it used to be 2 days early, and then when I re-signed at one point, it changed from 2 days to 5 days. But all my dates were locked in the way that was like, "Oh, I have a week to work on the video." It's like, well, not really. The video's due 5 days. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
It's just a lot of those restrictions, and I kind of get burned out on it. And then it's also like, it's nice to have some kind of money, because then you're like, "Oh, I'm making money doing this kind of stuff."
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I even got a comment recently that was like, "Oh, you did a minute-long read. Yeah, you like talk about your Patreon the whole time and did the ad read. You barely did any content." And I was like, "That's not even true." But like at the same time, I get it. Like people don't really want to hear ads.
Yeah.
And it hurts your engagement for sure. I always have a dip whenever I do an ad read.
Brother, I don't even have to worry about it. My engagement is low the entire video. You know, the retention is at 10% all the way through. So you know what I mean?
I think it's all about the idea of the video. The quitting video has a good idea, start to finish. Like, this shit's hard. That's a good narrative.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard. I saw Johannes was doing a lot of content recently.
Yeah. I've been watching his stuff too. You know, curious to. I actually haven't looked at his views. Let me see. What are they like?
They're pretty low for him, and I think they should be. I think the way to do it is not to do the vloggy type stuff, because I can think about it, like I like watching it because it's him and I know him, but when I see other YouTuber people, like I don't know if I really care that much about the vlog unless like there's a reason to.
Yeah.
If I didn't know you. I don't know if I'd know. I like them because I'll put them on in the background while I work, and he's just kind of talking about stuff.
Yeah. The same.
If I was him, I'd try to focus on a narrative.
I
He is a little bit.
I think the thing is like that these videos are a lot easier to produce. You know, that record and then you get it out the
Yeah.
same day. Um, and I feel like if you get enough people to latch onto you, like that can build. You know, like there is like the growth is a lot smaller, but I think over time it could be possible. I don't know. I don't know what you think about that.
What's that one? Orange Pixel. Have you ever seen that guy?
Yes, yeah, that's another guy I watched. I think I watched
I
a
think it kind of peters out over a while. He kind of does do the same thing for years, right?
yeah.
He has a very old school YouTube mentality where it's like it's about consistency
Mm-hmm.
over anything else. I just don't think that stuff doesn't really grow. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but also sometimes stuff works and sometimes it doesn't. It's all random. I think,
Yeah. The
years every week.
Moon Mantis. There's another guy I mentioned in my video, but it was Moon Mantis Games, and I remember. Oh fuck, I remember this guy. His videos would hit like 15, 20. I found him when he was really small. Like maybe like his most viewed video was like 1,000. But usually they were like 300. Okay, never mind. Looking back and all his videos are it's actually really inconsistent. 1,000, 3,000, 250.
Moon Mantis.
Yeah, Moon Mantis Games.
Yeah, it's definitely all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the vlog stuff is too inconsistent.
Yeah. I was yeah. Yeah.
People want to see you make like cool content and then share that content. Like even me, that's the stuff I really want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see some progress.
Yeah, but I don't know. I hate making videos. I was talking to Keith. I was like, hey. Okay, that comment was stupid. Oh, the ad read wasn't even that long. Oh, true. That was from Keith.
Oh, my ad read. Yeah, my ad read was barely a minute. I think it just barely crossed the threshold. If you count everything, if you count like the intro sentence that isn't even saying it yet. Yeah, people just have a vibe for stuff. I don't know. I just think I need to deliver on more interesting concepts. What I can do. So, yeah, make more content. That's the problem.
I was talking to Keith, and I was actually thinking about the other way, where I was like, there's this guy on YouTube. You probably don't know him. And the point is that you don't know him, but he has been working as a solo indie developer for years now. And he just makes games, but his YouTube channel is like so like low. You might know him. His name is like AURO Dev. Out of Dev, you know. And he has some videos that like popped off. Hey, thanks, Trojan. I actually don't know if I'm gonna be finishing it, so we'll see. I wanted to get some stuff done today and see what the likelihood of me finishing the gem is. But if not, then I won't. But we'll see. What was I saying? Sorry.
Aro Dev.
Yeah. This guy. He's like, obviously he's not making any money or not a lot of money from his YouTube channel, but he's still like working as a game developer. And at the end of the day, like that is what I want to do. I just want to make games, you know. I don't want to make YouTube videos. That's not my goal. So I was telling Keith, like, yo, what if we quit, both of us? But I think Keith has a better chance of like making YouTube work than I do, you know. So maybe it wouldn't be a good idea for him.
It honestly all depends on the project you do.
Yeah.
This project you're working on right now could be great for YouTube. Although it's gonna be, I think there's gonna be a lot of them because I've heard this. Someone asked me if I was doing this game jam. Is it a YouTuber game jam? Like who?
No, it's a Boss Rush jam. It's just this big jam, but the reason why I think it's getting a lot of traction is because there's a cash prize.
I see this
money. Yeah. The money aspect. Maybe you do want to join, huh? I'll be honest. The money doesn't really interest me. Not because I don't like money. I do like money. I would love to win, but just because I don't think I'm gonna win. Like not even close. I feel like all of my games have been bad. I don't know if who I talked to about this, but I feel like I've never really made a fun game, except for that one game, the fruit game. But that wasn't even my idea. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, I'm just making Enter the Gungeon, so that's all the same.
You accepted that?
No. If anything, I keep going to Binding of Isaac more and more. Although I did do level generation recently, and that was good.
That's good.
Moving from room to room, definitely a big pro.
Yeah.
I wasted so much time doing the random game jam stuff, but now that I look back on it, when I did the game jam we did for the podcast, I utilized a lot of that in Far Gun Frontier down the line, because now you have floors in different rooms, and they just kind of spawn in dynamically.
Yeah.
And that's all from taking that time to wasting my time doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think that's a good way to approach that. I always like that idea of like when I work on a project, I like literally all the time I write my code and I make all the systems in a way that I can transfer it over to new projects. And I just never do that. So
I sometimes think I'm going to, and then I realize I don't either, because it's like, well, now I just lost everything. But even still, like, all I would really do is open the old stuff and sort of look at it. Like, what did you do? How did you do this? And then I'll sort of mimic it. But I've never, I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can, but like saved out dynamic modular pieces and then just
yeah.
in, like, it'd be nice. I'm working on a menu right now to be like, oh yeah, this is a menu I can use for every game.
Yeah, 100%. That'll be so. Yeah, it's 100% possible. I don't know about Godot. I mean, in Godot. Hey, first time catching a live stream. Greetings, everyone. Hello. Tryhard Studios. It's 100% possible, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like this mental block or honestly, I think what it is that I just don't remember where I have all these separate systems, So I was like, man, I know I wrote this, and then I'll try looking for it. It's like, no, it wasn't in that project. So I open a new project and I was like, it wasn't this one. And it takes forever just to go looking for it,
Yeah.
That's
totally true.
Yeah.
And everything seems like it has so many dependencies. Like in Godot, I'm like, I don't know if I can save this out and like have it somewhere. I'm sure it's not as hard as I think it is. It's just not streamlined.
Yeah. I think you can. How'd you do it for what you were just talking about?
I didn't. I just recreate it, because once you do it a couple times or you have this experience, you're like, oh, let's try it again, and I feel more confident the second time. And it's kind of nice to recreate it a lot, because then what I find is that I didn't do it that great, and I could do it better.
Yeah. I think that's
it's hard to,
yeah. No, go ahead.
Well, it feels tempting to do that a lot in the game dev stuff, even though it's like, I don't know if you should. Like, just to remake things. Oh, I can make that better. Hold on, let me make that better.
Yeah.
Enough already.
I did this. I don't know if I'm gonna actually keep up with it, but I made a whole new separate project, and I just started working in that project to make modular systems, so I can like drag and drop stuff out of that one specific project. And also, I think it's also nice because I have to make it modular in order for everything to not mess with each other, to have all of those different. But I only made one thing so far, and it's not even something that I'm like using. Huh?
What did you make?
I made a little to do list thing.
Or like things outside, like a Trello boardy type thing.
Yeah, but in Unity. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me share my screen. This was a thing that I was planning on selling, or I'm gonna sell it, or in the process of selling it. I just have to make a bunch of assets for it. And I already wrote out the documentation and everything. You see this? Sweet struggle.
Right now.
Oh, I'm sharing my screen in the chat.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Watch stream.
See this?
Oh, on the bottom right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's this little thing. But the cool thing, I added a bunch of stuff. We have like
It
different.
exists in Engine.
Yeah, in Engine. And that's not the cool thing. The cool thing is that it just works in the code. So you just write like to do something right here. And then once we go back and then it refreshes. Wait. It's right there. You see that?
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. And then you click on it and it'll take you to that script. So if you
Ooh,
click on that and so, oh, look, that's right there. Opens that
that's
script.
really smart.
Yeah.
Color
S-
coding stuff too.
Yeah. It's color coded also. Yeah. And it changes dynamically also. So you can, whoa, look at that. Wow.
It'd be good for a project because you're like, oh, I'm only doing the green stuff. I don't do the other.
Yeah. And, oh, that's also true. That's also another good way to use it. I was just thinking about, like just for a single person, but yeah, that's true. And I spent like 4 days on this thing.
Imagine you were in a game jam with someone, like, and I was just doing art and you were doing coding, and you're like, I need art for this, and you just keep marking them. And you're like, oh shit, okay. Well,
Yeah.
what do you need art for?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You could, yeah.
Really smart.
Yeah. That'd be a really easy way to do that.
Yeah, because like the biggest problem I have with stuff like Trello is like it's outside, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna be responsible and use this. I had like a vacation, I was like trying to use it, and then what happens is that I kind of use it one day, and then I use it a little bit the next day, and then by the end of the week I speed run it all. You know, I did do this, I did this other thing, then I start this, then I make something, and then I make something in Trello, then drag it over to finished. And I was like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
What's this for?
Yeah. I 100% feel that. I every time I feel like it's like I get this feeling of like this time I'm gonna be super. I feel that so much every single time. That's how I feel about GDDs also. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Great idea.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I don't really use to-dos that often. I use them like very rarely. I don't even know why I decided to make it, I'll be honest.
Just broke my shit. Sorry, I'm trying to fix it.
Really good. Cam transform dot forward. Sweet struggle. Are you guys also doing the boss rush jam? This is so awkward. I'm sorry.
I hate control nodes, dude. This shit sucks.
Language, please. I'm just joking. What is that? Control nodes?
It's just like you have to use everything in control nodes with Godot, and I think the main advantage of doing that is it's all gonna scale. So like as annoying as the menu work is now, when I start scaling it, it all is dynamically being the correct size for any
Mm.
screen.
Yeah.
That's good. But here's an annoying thing in Godot. This is probably true with other stuff, but like, so everything inherits from like the highest up control node.
Yeah.
So you'll set like your anchor points or your margins, and if the highest up one just has them as 0, it'll let you set them, and it'll move it to where it is. And then as soon as you load the game or even switch tabs, it just defaults it back to whatever the parent node is, which is, in my case, is 0. So I can never like put margins on anything. And I'm like, I don't understand the purpose of that. Like, I just don't understand control nodes that well to understand why you'd want that.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I end up just trying like things over and over again, and then like I'll ask AI, and AI will be like, "Oh, try setting it in code," and I'm like, "This doesn't work at all." I'll set it in code. I'll set it in code on the process frame. It's like flickering. I'm like, "This is awful."
uh, are you? What do you use for AI? ChatGPT.
Well, now I was using ChatGPT on my phone,
Uh,
and now I have this fucking button on this laptop that just has Copilot. And I'm like, all right, I
oh.
guess I'll ask Copilot. But I'm like a little skeptical. I'm like, I think ChatGPT was better than this.
Yeah, yeah. You know what the problem with what are you using? Wokido version 3.3.
3.5, but it does know 3.5, and it will answer me
Okay.
in that. And
Yeah.
once in a while, I'll get off track. I'm like, no, I need this in 3.5. And it's like, oh, of course, I mean this. I'm like, thank you. But for the most part, it does remember.
Gotcha. No game jam here. Just working on our project and tagging along. Our project? Wait, do I know you?
Sam, no game jam here.
I feel like I guess you're not having the problem with it, but I was I was paying for the GPT subscription. You know, the $100 subscription. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, the $20 one.
Yeah.
And it was good. I thought it was okay. And I stopped paying for it just because I felt like I wasn't using it enough. And I went back to the regular. Bro, that shit was so bad. I was like, I don't understand how it was helpful at all before. But I don't know if they did something to it to make it worse. But it does not feel like the same. Like it felt like
It's doing, like, giving you bad answers.
no, well, yes, but also what it did was it would say like, "Hey, what do you need help with?" And it would like respond with that. Oh, it would respond like, "Hey, what do you need help with?" And then it would I would say like, "Oh, this, like whatever." And I was like, "Oh, cool. So let me know if you need any help." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Wait, what?
Yeah. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "No, can you do that?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool to understand that. Just let me know if you need any help." I was like, "There's no way. There's no way this is what it was before because I was using it before I was paying for it. There's no way. I don't know. Yeah."
Oh, this is broken too. I have so many broken things. Fuck. Okay. Oh, this battery says 0. That's not good.
I spelled forward wrong.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that works alright. Not as bad as I thought, but it's not perfect either. That's how it feels with most UI. It's like, that's not perfect, but it's better than... that was going to be way buggier.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like one thing that I really liked about Godot was the tree system, but not with the UI. That shit seemed like so convoluted for no reason. Oh, the whole tree system was I thought it was going to be more of a hindrance than what it was, but I actually ended up enjoying it a little bit. But I didn't like how you can't put more than one thing on a node. Does that make sense? Or can you? Can you do that?
More than one thing on a node?
Like a node exists as itself, you know, If you want a node to have like multiple functionalities, you have to inherit from another node, right? And then build off of it.
Node to have multiple functionalities.
I could be wrong. Never mind. Ignore me. That's okay.
Because I feel like what you do is you end up with a lot of like node 2Ds, and then they end up being like folders that you hold stuff in. That's what I find a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a node 2D that's like this is like wave spawner, and then like under it has like a bunch of either sometimes modular things or sometimes just things that just need to exist.
Yeah. I guess yeah. It makes everything like more compositional.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments in mine thing that say like I don't use enough like separate code in the nodes that are the children. I find that to be confusing, but maybe as I get better at this, I won't. But like so, for instance, I'll work on like a player, and I like to have all the code in like one spot for most things, unless it's something that I know I'm never gonna like want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll give you for instance, like so I'll put like all the movement on there and everything like that, and then it comes to like when the character walks, I want like a puff of smoke to spawn behind them as like a little visual flare. I'll put that code in some other node because it's like I just don't really want this. I don't know why, but that seems enough. But like people will be like, oh, you should do all the movement on this other node, and then I can't even think for player like damage that all exists on this other node, and like I'm like, oh shit, really? Like I don't like that as much. I don't know why, but maybe I'm the caveman and I'm just gonna get there eventually.
Yeah. I think
I was gonna say the idea of opening up all those scripts suck too, because in Godot, unless you're using the third-party stuff, it's just you can only have one open at a time. And then you're like clicking through a million of them. Like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely a problem.
But then code gets so messy because I'm scrolling, like I'm looking down this the HUD right now is the HUD, the pause menu is 300 lines of code. There's still like that's probably why people like mad at me. I'm like, oh yeah, but I don't know. Like I try to mark stuff.
Wait, when do they? Are you talking about your Patreons? Because I feel like you never show any code in your videos.
It'll always be people that watch like a snippet of code from my video. Yeah, it's always my videos.
Yeah. Or you never.
One guy that was like, I stopped restarting everything, and I was like, I think I've only done one restart ever, and I'm in the middle of doing it. It's like, I guess, but I hear what you're saying. It must feel like I restart all the time. But like I've only done one restart ever. If anything, I just start too many different projects.
Yeah. We'll see. Did you restart everything?
I think I'm going to eventually. I just try not to do as much. That's why I don't want to do any more videos, because I feel like everyone doesn't. Yeah, people want to see new stuff, and I'm like, I need to restart. It's just a mess. But it started with the main character, and then moved on to the entire enemy class. Then I reworked. I decided that like I hadn't even talked about this stuff, but this is all done. Like I was like the idea that the game takes place in one room and enemies spawn in that room is dog shit. It's an awful idea. The game feel like it has no progression. It feels like you're stuck in this one area. It just feels boring and like a free to play, wannabe Vampire Survivors type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So all that is out, and then the whole theme of the game, like it takes place in an abandoned theater now, and you go into different places, but like it's not all implemented entirely. So it's more just me trying to like get it all there so I can see whether or not it's good. But yeah, most everything is like the only thing that isn't touched right now is like items, loot, guns, and it's like the one thing I want to touch a lot too, because it's all really I didn't know how resources worked, and resources like where you like link to things in direct ways. It's like my understanding of it. So instead, whenever like a gun dropped, it was just use the file system and look for like the name so if you ever move that folder, everything would break.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
how all the weapons are. And I was like, this seems like a bad idea. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it does. So that's one of the only things that haven't changed. But
Um, wait, what do you, okay, so you're saying like when you go into a room, um, what is it now?
so right now, I put together the basic idea of floors, and I messed around with a couple different things. But what I landed on for the, I think what it should be is that you start in a room and there's a door on the right side,
Uh-huh.
um, and you walk to that door and it loads you into a new room. And this room has always has to have a room you came from, like a door you came from, a door you're going to, where I'm always gonna enter from the left and exit from the right. I figured that out. At first, it was like random. You could exit. You could exit from the top, the bottom, left, or right, and it felt like it was getting very messy because you didn't really know where you came from all the time.
Mm.
And regardless, so you go into a new room. It spawns a wave of enemies. It has a chance to spawn a second wave of enemies. Also, the more I do game dev stuff, the more I'm just like, I, there's possible. We'll raise the volume for the other guy. It's hard to hear you. I have volume here, but I don't.
No, no,
know.
I already raised you. I got you.
Um. Oh yeah, I was gonna say a small note. What I'm finding for game dev that is like an important lesson I need to start learning is like, do you ever like walk in? It's like walking into an open room, and be like, anything can be in this room, and you start coding like, let's make it possible so that anything could be in this room, and then you're like, no, because you're gonna be here forever coding every little edge case for like for instance, I was like, yeah, what if I want you to be able to exit through the top or the bottom or the left or the right of any room? So, every room has like 4 potential spots to spawn doors, and it runs a calculator and says, all right, this spot is gonna be a door. These are gonna be walls. They can also be hidden walls, so you start to code that in, but you don't really like finish it. You just kind of leave it up there for later. And then after a little bit of doing that, I kind of get to the conclusion that's like you have to settle on what the game can do and what the game can't do, and stop thinking you're going to do everything. And then I start playing other games. Like so this is a bit of a ramble, but I was playing through Resident Evil 2 Remake,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at that game, and I'm like, okay, you can only you only have like 3 different things you pick up, like ammo, and then I was like, you only crawl like through walls or break through doors, like you only have a couple different actions you can ever do. And then it came to the point where I was like, you climb on top of something by hitting X, right, to climb on top, and I realized like, oh, let me just go back, and I was like, oh, it doesn't let you, it wants you to just keep going, like they didn't program you to like climb off a block once you're on top of it. And I was like what, I was like, you got to start thinking more like that, where it's like, what's the core gameplay here, and don't waste your time making things that are like, yeah, to cover every edge case. No, less edge cases. I think that's the thought I have going forward. But to answer your question, you walk into rooms, enemies spawn, and then you can go into a new room and it spawns a new dynamically spawning room. You can just put anything in there. Not anything, but you can put I can make a bunch of rooms and then just have them as a list of potential spawn rooms. And I think that feels good. I feel like we're progressing. We don't need a mini map because we're moving linearly. There isn't like a path to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, did you play Hades at all?
No.
So in Hades, they kind of solved the problem because it was like, I liked having Isaac, where you're moving from room to room, but you don't want to get lost. And the reason why you don't get lost is because you have a mini map.
Yeah.
I'm not coding that. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So Hades was like, you get to the end and you pick between 2 different paths to go, but you can never go back, so you don't need a mini map. I was like, yeah, I kind of like that. That's a lot better. And then I fit a middle point between those two, where it's like you can go back, but you only ever move in one direction. There is no like left or right kind of way to go. And the reason why you could go back is we can spawn in rooms that are like, it's hard to do it without showing you, but
do you want to show me?
yeah, briefly. Okay. I feel like I'm so rambly right now.
What, not on stream?
About this shit. Oh no, you can on stream.
Okay.
But just like, it's just, hold on, let me see.
I'm feeling so no, nothing, doesn't matter.
I do display capture. I have to set all this stuff up. Let's see. Desktop. Okay. And then Discord. No, that's my bad camera. How do I do virtual camera? I don't know. Share screen then. We'll just do that.
Oh shit. Oh. Okay, let's watch. Oh my gosh. Sneak peek.
Okay.
Sneak peek. Yo.
I guess I could show you the menu just briefly.
Okay.
As long as this you can see. Let me know if you can see, because sometimes things don't load up properly. There's like a little pause menu now.
I see it. Yo, look at that.
The
Wow.
options and stuff. We're making this work slowly.
Oh shit.
We gotta get there. This is all filler right now. Music, music, music.
Gotcha. Are you sure?
So
Wow, that's
slowly getting there with that.
damn. You got all the animations and shit. Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like the little stuff, like most of it's animated in code, but yeah, I'm like, oh, that feels fun. Desert floor. Okay. So, oh man, my mouse is all over the place. It makes my mouse invisible for some reason. I don't know why.
I can see.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
the premise is that like now we have a floor, and all these 4 different like boxes in different areas
Uh-huh.
would be the potential doors that could spawn. But now, so I had it so it could be any of the 4. I've limited now. I'm like, okay, just make it left and right, and then the very first one only spawns on right. And so what this looks like is, we can run around and oh, there's a door here. Okay, so maybe this is the wrong file, maybe potentially. Yeah, we added some destructible stuff too. I don't know why, just because get distracted pretty easily by nonsense. Okay, so before the game just took place in one room and you'd sit at the fire and spawn enemies and everything like that. But now we can go through like this door, comes out here, and it'll fight enemies, right? If you spawn in here, we can spawn in enemies. Oh, there's no pathfinding, so they will just walk into like these pillars now. But I found that it isn't even that obvious, but we should probably fix it eventually down the line.
Wait, they don't have pathfinding? Wait, what do you mean
They don't have any pathfinding right now. They'll walk to the player, but like they'll just walk straight lines. They don't know that there's walls.
Can we see that? Or
I don't know if they will, because like this guy will never follow you. He just runs a random direction.
oh,
These guys don't
gotcha,
move at all
gotcha.
right now.
Because I was
So like it kind of just designed enemies to not do pathfinding that much.
oh, gotcha.
It might spawn another wave. I don't remember. No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, and the money just tries to go to the player too. So anyway, if we have all that here, and then if we go to the remote and the player.
Super cool aesthetic. Damn, Zeth.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the camera and just zoom it out a bunch. It's 0.8 right now. We'll go 5 and 5. Oops, 5, tab, 5, tab. Okay, and so now we should get the tab burn's not working on that. Okay. So this is really zoomed out game, right? But you can see like we started the bottom there. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah.
And we went through this door and it brought us to the left there. So then when we go into this one, it's gonna zoom in again. And let's just do 5 and 5 one more time. 5, tab, 5. So now we're at another layer deep, if that makes any sense. So we just keep spawning these vertically.
Yeah.
Oh, we can go like 10 and 10.
Does this not does this like fuck with performance that you're spawning?
I think as long as I can't see them, as far as I could tell, it seems fine. Although we can turn them off, like we don't have to have them always on. That would be a pretty easy solution because there's code there to be like, we know where we came from. We can just visually shut them off. So far, no performance issues that I have. But what I want to do is I want to take these rooms now that we're in. I have a potential door that spawns there, and this door actually exists here. It's just coded to be a wall. And there's one that spawns here. And so what I want to do is make it so that these could be optional rooms. You could even have a room that's like, all right, you have to pay health to get in. Which is
Interesting. Yeah.
And then we can actually have that room here. Like we don't teleport the player. We just actually have the room up there or have the room down here. And then if we do a map to view where you're going or to fast travel technically between these, so you don't have to necessarily run through them all, they would just be very linear. It's just a straight path of doors. There's no like, even though you could have something up here or something down here, it's very, very linear. They're just these blocks. They're just whatever 10 blocks or 8 blocks or whatever 5 blocks. I feel like that's the way I want to make the game. I feel like that would make the most amount of sense. And then we could still have things that are kind of like, we could have item rooms, right? Where like, oh, you need a key to open this. You could have a room. You could have explodable walls. And all these I sort of have in, but they've been stripped away just so I could experiment with this idea. And I think, as stupid as it sounds, having a room you enter and you kill enemies and the door opens, that makes me feel like that feels like a real game. That doesn't feel janky and like, yeah, I was really unconfident when it wasn't like this.
What's the end? Like, what's at the end of the rooms?
So ideally, at the end of the rooms, we go to a boss room, and then when we're done with the boss room, we would get out of the the play, because basically right now we're in a theater, hypothetically or whatever, and then we go into different like acts. We go to different places. That's the aesthetic I'm trying to go for. So I see if I kill myself, it should load back up the very first level, which is the empty theater.
Have you been playing Hades? I feel like, is that like a new thing that you jumped into, or?
I've been playing a little bit of Hades, but it was more like watching some of the game and just kind of feeling it out. Oh, these should be black in the background here. I realized I turned that off. But so, yeah, I like the idea of existing in this old like sort of theater, old sort of broken down theater, and then like you're basically going into different worlds. I feel like that was a cool theme. I don't know if we have to change the name Far Gun Frontier eventually. Although Far Gun Frontier is so vague, it kind of fits anything and everything. That was the idea that I really liked to go with. I was like, okay, so we could sit down here. I always like the idea that the cat takes you into a different dimension world.
Yeah, that's cool.
So all this stuff is still sort of here, even though it's all barely together.
You know, I don't know if you remember, but that yellow gradient that was in the game before, that it was like because of a light or fog or whatever, I thought that looked sick, and I remember like bringing it up, and I was like, oh, that's sad you took it out, you know.
What yellow gradient? Wait, which one?
There was this light.
Oh, when you go yeah, it's still kind of there now. It just all depends on the level. But yeah, it was there. Yeah, this won't work. Okay, I don't know why this should be a different. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I feel like this is getting closer to a game, especially when I was like, let's just spawn enemies and see how it is to fight enemies. And so once I did that, and I've been playing the game like this a little bit, I'm like, okay, I think this is much better as a game. I feel like I'm dodging stuff and fighting stuff and going through floors.
Yeah.
I guess the main menu, the pause menu, has been taking me longer than I wanted to. But
how long have you been working on this?
The entirety of the game, I think I started late 2022, but nothing's been kept since. Like everything's been remade.
Yeah. You want to hear about my game idea? The one that I talked about in the video.
Absolutely.
Okay. This was the idea. You can tell me if it's dumb or whatever. Okay. So, I feel like I have a problem, me personally, with working with larger scope games, because I feel like I get really intimidated. I don't know why, because every time like I come into a problem with any like coding stuff or whatever, I feel like I can usually solve it. So I really feel like it's this mental block thing. So, but you know, you can't really sell like a game jam game, you know? So there's this weird space where a game jam game is just that, you know, it's just like a little game jam game. And if you work on it more, it gets into the space where it's like a really polished game jam game. But you can't really justify putting more time into it, unless you make it bigger scope, you know? So my idea was, what if we don't do that and we just make like a more like version of a polished game, like of a game jam game, and just have multiple of them in a single game.
Hey, just glue them all together?
Yeah, just glue them all together. Just like in a, you know, what I called it, the initial idea was like an arcade. But I think I like the idea of like a demo disc more, you know? Do you remember demo disc? Or
of course.
Yeah.
Demo disc.
Yeah. So it would be like you make a demo disc, but all the demos are just games for projects that you've had ideas for and you didn't know if they were good, or like maybe the idea is so small that it is just like a 10-minute game type of thing, you know?
I think I had a similar idea a while back, although I do like that a lot. But I was like, you know, what'd be interesting is like you have all those WarioWare style things.
Yeah.
Like games or games that are like that where there's always mini games. I was like, why? How come there isn't someone that did like the Blackthorn prod of that, where it was like, it's a multiplayer WarioWare game, but like every game you go into is made by a different YouTuber.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a good idea.
And that's it. There's a game called UFO 50.
That game's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. Where there's 50 games and it's all made by a bunch of different developers. But that's the game that I was talking about in that video. Is like I feel like people are going to be talking about that video or about that game. But I feel like the reason why I really like this idea, I don't know if it seems like dumb, like me talking about it the way I did in the video, but the reason why I like this idea is because I feel like this idea, the UFL 50, was they were looking for 50 games. And I remember I was listening to a podcast where them talking about it. And they said like, oh yeah, we were just coming up with different ideas. And the coming up with different ideas wasn't like an issue, you know? Like, because everybody was so excited about so many different ideas. But I feel like when you go into a project thinking we're going to like assemble 50 different games, it sort of takes on this, I can't talk from experience, but there's plenty of devs that make a livable, a livelihood from only small projects. Yeah. But I feel like okay, hold on. Okay, let me stick to one train of thought first. Okay, the reason why I think if you go into the project thinking like I'm just gonna make X amount of games, and then you make those, like you're gonna scope all of the games down to fit like a certain time frame of however long you want to work on the project, you know. But if you go into the project thinking I've always wanted to make this game, you know. And then you make that game to a point where you feel like, okay, this is good, you know. Mm-hmm. Then it's just like a different mindset when you go into the project. I feel like if there's ever a project that you ever wanted to make that was like very experimental or something that you weren't too sure if you could invest a large amount of time into making this like a whole experience that's worth like $5, you could just dump it in there and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then there's like a bunch of other games that will support the project. And it's not, you're not, do you get what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it feels like what you want to make is almost like it's like you know, people buy like the plug and plays back in the day, but it's like all original games. And you're like, oh yeah, it's all just like different stuff you could run and play.
Yeah, but that's that man, it's so difficult to talk about because I feel like but my thinking is that the reason why this is slightly different, like it's the same idea but it's slightly different, is because I have ideas for games that I wanted to do, but then I feel like the scope of them are just small, you know. You get what I mean?
Yeah, like they aren't meant to be these big games.
Yeah. Or maybe even I don't know. Maybe it's dumb. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think it's a cool idea.
Why didn't you do it?
Me?
Yeah. You said you had the same idea before.
I thought there was an interesting idea with like people that collect all these YouTube game dev people and have them work on projects. I just thought one of them should have. I think it'd be interesting to have them all make really small games, and have a game that connects them all, as opposed to like all developers work on one game. I was like, why? I was like, I don't know. And then there's always the controversy where it's like, oh, this person like ended up just taking out this other person's stuff, and I don't know how well it works to have one game ship between all these developers. But instead, it seems like, you know, mini games are a thing, and we have all these developers that have different skill sets. It felt like that was a way that I would have expected someone to go by now, but it's not my thing. I'm not like a.
You wouldn't want to organize that?
I don't really like organizing stuff because then if you fail, you feel like it's public. Like, oh, I tried to do this thing and everyone saw me fail. I know that's not really true. But like that's how I feel. Like, ugh. Yeah. Hard to shake that.
Yeah, motivation, inspiration is a bitch, but game dev is flexible and versatile. There's almost any approach should be able to work if you're right. Yeah. I think my problem has always been scope. I think. How'd you feel the Secret Santa went?
I thought it went pretty well. I think I wish I took it more as a long-term thing, but I had other things going on. Yeah. Which I think we all kind of feel that way. But when, you know, Dino purposed like his main project to coincide with that, it made me like feel dumb for not doing something similar. It's just hard to pick something up it's a big commitment to work on something for that long. So you have to really be like, oh, this is a thing I really want to make, and I'm gonna get inspired by these constrictions of the Secret Santa and like apply it. Having projects that are like months long like that are like a little spooky.
Yeah. I was not expecting somebody to work for months on it, like anybody. The reason why I started that so early was just so people wouldn't wait till the last minute to work on their.
I totally waited. I thought in my head too, I was like, oh, you've made a game in a week before, just do that. And then I felt bad because like I didn't learn anything new in mine. And in every other game jam I've ever done, I learned something I've never done before.
Yeah.
But not that one. That one I was like, nope. I know how to do all this stuff.
That's interesting.
It looks nice, but
Yeah. That's interesting that you say that. Do you go into a game jam like hoping to do that, to learn something new?
almost every time, yeah. Actually, yeah, every single time. Even there's the game jam I did and didn't make a video on because I didn't finish it. I did a Good Wild Jam I didn't finish, and I was like, even then I was like trying to learn. It was like a tower defense game, but I was learning like. I mean, what do I say? Learning. I was building something I'd never built before, which was like getting resources and using those resources to build stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never quite done something like that. So it's like, oh, it seems like a good grasp on a more mechanic-y kind of game, and then it just fell apart. I had no time. Yeah, I feel like in the past, I would do like the FedEx game, and I was teaching myself how to do like this grid-based placement thing, and I made like a separate file just for that. Although it probably took like 20 minutes, an hour and 20. It didn't take very long to set up. I remember being like, oh, cool, I know how to do this now. Like this is really simple, and felt really good.
Yeah. Fuck. Brother.
I have to figure out how to do drop-down menus now. Have you ever done like a resolution menu, like pick your resolution?
In Unity, it's really easy. You just say resolution is equal to 1080 or 4K or whatever you want it to be.
All right, listen, Copilot. I'm gonna ask it right now how to make Godot 3.5.
I was gonna say, it feels like it feels.
Option button. Okay.
Do I need this? Can I just do target angle? It feels bad hearing you say that. Unconfident in my abilities, because I go into projects always like wanting to learn something new also, and I feel like your projects are always like consistently like better like than any projects I have made. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. I think I have a little art style that helps me like do a thing, but in terms of gameplay, a lot of stuff I do is very like movement based. And I think that's kind of the pitfall most game devs find themselves in the first year or so, is that they learn how to do movement and they think of every game they can make with like basic movement, like WASD movement or just side scroller movement. And I think it's some of the least interesting stuff to play. So I'm trying to get out of that, and I think you pretty successfully got out of that pretty quickly because you're like working on this game where you're like doing pathfinding and the dots. Is it dots? Yeah, and you're like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just learning things that are like way outside your element. I think it's really good.
Yeah, but like the projects, I don't know. It's like nothing is fun, you know. I've been thinking about that. It's just how like I haven't made anything fun. I find I myself can't get motivated from game jams or small games. Been really enjoying working on games from more than 2 years so far, but I do envy successful, smarter projects with small scopes. Yeah.
I think the hardest thing is if you can make something fun and it's like a really small scope, really not a lot of lines of code, a really, really tiny project. If you can make that fun, that's where it's at. It's the problem is like that's usually not fun enough, and you're like, what would make this fun? Like, well, you know, dynamic progression system might make this fun, and you start adding in stuff.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, I feel that. Holy shit. I've been playing more of this game recently. It's a game that this game called Devil's Daggers. Have you heard of it?
Is that a YouTuber one?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think it is. But it's this one game. You're in an arena. It takes place in one arena. You only have your only weapon is like you shoot out these daggers, and you have two firing modes. You have this burst fire, and you have this stream of fires. And you're firing out daggers. And then there's like 5 or 6 different enemy types. And that's it. That's the whole game. And you just, it's movement, but the movement is based off of, there's like movement mechanics, but the arena is just like a flat plane, And then a bunch of these enemies come in. The enemies just spawn in, over the course of the game. And that's the entire game. And the point of the game is you just try to survive for as long as you can. Like 5 or 6 different enemy types. And it feels like, damn, damn. That's such a small scope. It's so small,
Doable.
Very doable. I could make that in a week, maybe.
The art style is like a 90s, I don't want to say Doom, but whatever, that kind of.
Yeah. It's like, it has like low resolution, low poly, low resolution textures, and very dark. I think it looks good. Like, I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying like it's very.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. I have 31 hours in this game, and it feels like I would feel so unconfident putting this. If I made this game, I would not feel confident putting this on Steam or anywhere,
Sometimes I think the aesthetic helps a lot too, because it just feels like very packaged. Like, this is a look people really want to see. And so, yeah, I think as a person wanting to play the game, I'm like, oh yeah, it seems cool. I'm into this. It's weird to say, but the guy made another game too called Hyper Demon. I wonder if he's done. That's his only 2 on Steam. Only 2, like I have any on Steam. But I wonder if he's like full time, because like the other one did way better than Hyper Demon.
Yeah, the Devil's Daggers. Wait, how do you know?
Well, the reviews are just way more.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Hyper Demon is also newer. Yeah, I actually got Hyper Demon recently.
Daggers was 2016.
Yeah. Hyper Demon came out much later. Hyper Demon is much more complex in terms of mechanics. But it's very similar in the way that like there's like, I think this one has less enemy types. This is like 5 enemy types, and you're just in an arena. But the goal is a little bit different. You just have to get more enemies in the arena rather than survive as long as you can.
Looks cool.
Yeah. Looks crazy.
Yeah, really small games. It's hard to make those fun. That's supposed to be the point of the game jams, but
yeah,
I get caught up in art too much.
I feel like that's crazy to hear you. That's crazy. I all my games are so bad, and fuck.
I don't agree with that.
Huh?
I said I don't agree with that. Your games are so bad.
Well, okay. Which
I feel like I'm so tired with like WASD movement game jams. Like, 2 of my friends want to do a game jam next week, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it totally. Even though it's Godot 4 and I don't know what I'm doing. I was like, yeah, sure. Even if I'm just doing art. But I keep thinking I want to tell them like, can we not do a top-down game? Because they mentioned something like, oh, it'd be fun to do like an old school Zelda. Because I had mentioned like I think that's a really fun game that holds up still. I played Zelda 1. I didn't beat it, but I started playing it like a couple months ago, and it was just a blast start to finish. I was like, this is way more fun than I thought. Even though it's bad, like so many of the puzzles in the original Legend of Zelda on the NES are like, the puzzle is there's nothing in this room. You walk into this block and then it moves. You're like, that's not a puzzle. That's just bullshit.
Yeah,
You're like, okay. Or like the puzzle's like, there's 5 bats. Kill them or they're gonna kill you. And then you kill them and the door opens. You're like, that's the puzzle. You're like, it's not really.
Yeah.
There's nothing even remotely touching a puzzle, but it's really fun. Like, you can't stop playing it. You're like, oh my god, I'm getting further into this dungeon. And then I beat it, and all of a sudden I have like a raft, and the raft doesn't really do anything, but it feels fun to have, and you think it does. Yeah, like that whole gameplay experience feels fun. But that aside, I was pushing for like Like my friend made a game for the Godot Wild Jam for must have been December now. That's so weird. That was December. I don't know. Whatever the one he just did was, and the theme was freeze. And the game he made was this desktop, that you started to get money. Like you click on a virus and it gave you money, but your screen would have pop-ups, and your whole point was to destroy all the pop-ups before your screen. If you too many pop-ups,
Oh, yeah.
the game would freeze. Your computer would freeze and it would be SOD. But at first it's like, okay, that's an interesting idea, I guess. But like, where are you gonna go with that? You're just gonna click on X's the whole time to close things. But very quickly into me playing his game was like, no, you pay for these auto clickers and these little computer mouse that shows on the screen, and it slowly moves its way towards the X on the pop up and hits it, and it moves like really slow and it's kind of cumbersome, and it's way more efficient for you just to click them. But then you start to upgrade them more and more, and you start to bring like more in and then have them move faster. And then I showed him like a video of me playing it. And it was just like hundreds of computer mice flying around, clicking different things and closing things. I was like, this is incredibly fun, even though I feel like I solved the issue and fixed the game, or completed the game. But I remember thinking like he made basically like cookie clicker, but he gave it like a resource management, and then it was like, okay, now I have like money coming. I almost wanted to be like, you made something really cool here, really interesting. I wanted to see what else you could do with that money, or progress. He moved in a weird different direction. He started adding like bosses, quote unquote, which were just screens that were harder to click, and that felt, I think he kind of noticed it didn't feel like the right way to go. But it's hard once you find a system and the system works and it's fun to do. You kind of think like, what's the evolution of that system? Like, do you ever feel that way where you're like, oh yeah, it's a game where you get money and you build stuff, and like, all right, why do you build anything else? And you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like
that up, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like yeah. I feel like I feel like for me it's like difficult to understand like where to stop, or like where even something is fun, because I feel like whenever you make a game, specifically like you make a game, like hold on, how do I say, like when you make a game, you think your game is fun because you made it. I don't know if you get that. I don't know if you get that feeling or that like bias.
For the certain genres, and then other genres I'll be like, I don't understand why it's fun at all. And usually I'll give up. But yeah, it, like certain genres make sense to me. I'm like, oh, this is like a platforming problem. It's a problem and you solve it. But then as soon as there's mechanics where you're growing or building something, I always feel like, why? Who cares? Especially when you're succeeding. It's easier to make the player fail and start over. Like, oh, the FedEx game was like putting boxes on trucks. Like, oh, when you fail, like you have to start over. It's like, okay, cool. But if at least succeed and you start to get more money, you're like, now I have to make up bullshit reasons you're going to spend your money. And then I'm like, why would the player even care? But the truth is like they kind of do. I don't know why, but we kind of do. We're like, oh yeah, I got to buy like different color shoes for my character. Like, why? Why would you do that? But like, I can't, because as a developer, it's bullshit. It's like when people ask what your story is in your game. It's like, I don't know, I just made it up. It's like, well, no, people care. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, Billy, like the main character of my game's Billy or whatever. It's like, oh, his dad's dead. You're like, oh, I'm like, I don't know, I just made it up now. I don't know. You kind of, it feels like bullshit.
Yeah.
I think you have to just go all in on that kind of stuff. It's hard from development wise. I think system games are the spookiest to me because every time I try to do one, I fall apart so fast as to like, where is it fun? But then when I play them, I'm like, this is a blast. Like not my own games, but other people's systems. I'm like, oh, this is really fun. I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I felt like that way about that Secret Santa game that I worked on. I was like, I feel like I have a couple of systems, but I don't know where to take it. And it feels like, I don't know.
Did you play through Colby's game? I didn't get to play it, but the typing game that was like a cookie clicker in that way, did that progress in a fun way?
It ended. I think the thing with cookie clickers is that you have to like continue to have this sense of progression. I think with cookie clickers, with idle clickers in general, like I think the idea is just to see this number keep growing more and more, and you want this exponential growth to continue. And I think something that he didn't add but is like important for idle games is to have that reset, where every cookie clicker that I played has this reset mechanic where you start over again, except with a increase, like what is it called? Like increase rate. It goes up faster. Really? Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's like this reset mechanic, but his game, you get all the upgrades, and then that's sort of it. And then you just have to keep typing. and that's not fun. Like the fun part of it is the exponential growth. And also I tried playing it, but then the game would crash. So I wanted to keep it up on my computer, but it just crashed after a little bit, and I'm not too sure why. But I play everybody's games. I played everybody's.
Yeah, I should go back and play them because they looked really fun. But I just kind of, it was a whirlwind of that last, especially December. It was just like so much crap to do. Like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Whose did you play?
I only played Dino's.
Nobody else's. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I just played Dino's. Damn. Yeah, I'm a bad friend.
Yeah. I think I'm going to stop streaming. I just feel like I can't concentrate because I'm like looking at chat and then I'm like thinking about the game and then I'm talking to you and I feel like I need one of them to go down. So
do you want me to leave?
No.
That's just hard.
No. I think this isn't entertaining content. It's just me sitting here and just working on a game. I honestly I was thinking this would be cool just to have. No. It's my fault. I feel like I should have planned this out better. I was thinking if I do make this into a video, it'll be nice to have like just the video on YouTube and pull from there. But no, I don't think so. But hey, Mr. Tryhard Studios, thank you for coming by. I just want to. I think I'm very scatterbrained because of everything. But I'll stop here now. Appreciate you. Subscribe. Just kidding. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, 100%. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm ending. I'm gonna wait for a little bit before I end. Okay. Okay, I'm ending. Okay, bye.